You raised them. You sacrificed sleep, dreams, time, and sometimes even your own identity, just to give them a better life. But now, they roll their eyes when you speak. They silence you in conversations. They make you feel like a burden. What changed? Where did the respect go? And more importantly, how do you get it back without begging for it? Let's be real. No one prepares you for this part of parenting. You spend decades building their world, and one day, they act like you no longer belong in it. It starts small. They interrupt you. Correct you. Get irritated when you ask a simple question. Soon, they barely call. And when they do, it's out of obligation, not love. And that ache in your chest. That silent grief you carry when they walk out the door, or hang up the phone too fast. It's real. And it's heavy. But I want you to hear this loud and clear. You're not too sensitive. You're not overreacting. You are not weak for wanting respect from the very people you gave everything to. This isn't about pride. This is about dignity. And no parent, no matter their age or background, deserves to feel discarded. Here's a truth that might hurt, but it will set you free. People treat you the way you allow them to. Even your children. You taught them how to walk, how to eat, how to speak. But did you ever teach them how to treat you when you're tired, older, or emotionally vulnerable? If you're always available, they stop valuing your time. If you tolerate the sarcasm, it becomes the tone of your relationship. If you keep giving, without setting boundaries, they learn to take without gratitude. You're not just a parent. You're a human being who deserves peace, respect, and emotional safety, especially from your own children. So this isn't about changing them. It's about reclaiming you. The version of you that had standards. The version that said, enough, and meant it. The version who knew that being a good parent doesn't mean being a silent sufferer.
Rebuilding the foundation de 6 rules.
Rule number 1. Don't over-explain. You don't need to justify your boundaries with long emotional speeches. A simple, "this doesn't work for me anymore," is enough. If they push back, let them. Silence is sometimes more powerful than defense.
Rule número 2. Say no, without guilt. Your time is valuable.
Your energy is sacred. When you say no, you're not rejecting them.
You're protecting yourself. Rule número 3. Set clear emotional limits.
If they raise their voice, walk away. If they're being sarcastic, pause and say, "I don't allow myself to be spoken to like this." You're not asking for permission. You're setting the tone. Rule number 4. Stop trying to be liked. You're not their friend. You're their parent.
You were born to guide, not to please.
Respect lasts longer than approval. Rule number 5. Mirror their behavior, gently. If they ignore your calls, take a break from chasing them. Let them feel the distance they create. Sometimes absence teaches presence.
Rule número 6. Heal yourself first. You can demand love from a place of emptiness.
You have to become whole again. Read, walk, journal, rest. Rebuild the parts of you that got lost in parenting. The child in you still waits to be chosen. You might be 30, 40, or even older. But inside you, there's still that little child, quietly waiting.
Waiting for someone to say, "I see you.
I want you. You matter." That child never stopped hoping. Not really. Even after all the rejections, even after being overlooked, ignored, dismissed, they still long for that moment when someone finally picks them. Not because they have to, but because they want to.
And the saddest part?
That hope turns into pain in adulthood. It shows up in relationships where you settle for crumbs. In friendships where you overextend yourself just to feel needed. In moments of silence where you wonder, why am I never enough for anyone to choose first? But here's the truth. You don't need to keep waiting. Because the person who can choose that inner child now is you. You can become the person that little you needed.
You can say, I see you. I'm here now. You're safe with me.
And in that moment, the healing begins. 5. When they finally notice. And then one day, they notice. The calls you used to make. They've stopped.
The constant checking in?
Gone.
You're not chasing anymore.
You're not overcompensating. You've stepped back, and they feel it. At first, they might get angry. They'll accuse you of changing, of being distant, of not caring. But deep down they know. They know the love was always there. It just wasn't returned. They'll start to ask questions. Why don't you visit as much?
Why are you so quiet now?
And you'll respond with kindness, but boundaries.
I still love you.
But I'm learning to love myself, too. And that hits different. Because for the first time, you're not asking for their love. You're showing them how to love. The message every parent needs to hear. To every parent out there. Your child shouldn't have to earn your love. It should be their birthright. Unconditional love isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about choosing to understand, even when you don't agree. It's about showing up, not just for milestones, but for meltdowns. Not just for report cards, but for heartbreaks too. You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to be present.
Your words matter. Your silence matters even more.
Don't wait until they pull away to realize how much they needed you to pull them in. And to the ones who grew up without it, you deserved better.
You still do.
But your story doesn't end in pain.
Because you, yes, you,
have the power to break the cycle, to love differently,
to love deeply, to love loudly.
You are not defined by the love you didn't receive. You are defined by the love you choose to give. And that is where healing begins. If this message spoke to you, if it reminded you of something you never heard, or something you wish you had, know this. It's never too late to start healing. And it's never too late to be the love you needed. Share this with someone who needs to hear it today.
And remember,
you matter.
Your story matters.
And love, real love, starts with understanding. Subscribe, Elderly Minds.